There we go. All right. Christmas holiday has changed a bunch of things. It actually sort of still is affecting things. I'm a little bit slower getting on here today because of, getting back to normal and whatnot. But here we are again today doing a regular Thursday live stream. I don't have as long as I would like to have, to be honest. But, we're back to normal-ish. Normal. At least while the girls are in school. So it's good to be back to normal. I prefer routine. I prefer routine over really anything. I don't like having anarchy. I like having routine, things like that. But some people like being all over the place. I don't prefer it. I prefer routine. I just do. So come back to normalcy, or as best as it can be, I should say. Things like that. Let me get all my stuff together here. What are the hot topics going on? Let's get all this stuff straightened out. Let's figure out hot nursing topics that are going on. I'll tell you one thing that I am upset about, and that is completely unnursing related, that I completely did not think would affect me in the slightest. Something that will affect probably most of us is the new IRS tax brackets, whatever it may be. I did a tax calculator estimator for 2022, and it was much less than I thought it would be for me. Was not happy about that. Not nursing related, but those new tax braces. I don't understand. I don't understand taxes and things like that. I don't handle all that. I just plug it all into TurboTax and then let it eat from there. Let's see if we can get this. Let's see if I can get everything how I want it to be. And then I can search Google for healthcare news and see if anything has changed in the world of the healthcare, other than massive nursing shortages and things like that. Last thing I remember searching was the lack of children's medicine, over-the-counter children's medicine, which I think is probably still going on. I think that's probably still a thing. But like I said, here locally, at least for me, has not affected us in the slightest. Thankfully, thankfully that that's not a it's not something we've had to worry about. But let's see what we got going on here. Of course, the Senate. What are they fighting over right now? The Speaker of the House, I think, or something. That would probably affect healthcare, because it always affects like insurance and stuff like that. But that's stuff I don't even understand. That's political. No, I remember when Affordable Care Act, or Obamacare, went live. That really affected us. EpiPens was everywhere in the hospital setting, and then all of a sudden we were gone, the next day. When Affordable Care Act kicked in 2010, I believe it was 2010 when it kicked in. But I don't fully understand the political aspect. Walgreens has 200 VillageMD clinics attached to stores as Doctor Network takes off. I am legitimately interested in that. Like, I want to see that. I want to see what happens with the Forbes is reporting this. Let me do a little bit of reading, see if it's even worth me pulling up here. Hopefully I don't have to subscribe to it but to read the article. I don't like doing things like that, but sometimes you do. What does, one of 4 free articles. Oh, great. So subscribe now. I don't want to subscribe. It's full of ads. I don't want ads. See what we got going on here. Walgreens is... y'all remember several years ago, I was in nursing school. So this was 10 years ago. Was it Walgreens or CVS? Somebody had the Minute Clinic. And it did not take off. At least not locally. Let me check that out. When did that happen? When was that a thing? It's called the Minute Clinic. Was it Walgreens? No, CVS. That mess never took off locally. You know what? I don't know what happened with that. It was like a urgent care that you went to. I just do not remember it, taking off. But it just, I don't remember. Let's see. Well, it's got it now on CVS's website. Let's take a look here. Let's see what all you can do here. The Minute Clinic. Welcome to the Minute Clinic. In-person virtual care. Oh, in-person and virtual care. 7 days a week. COVID-19 services, vaccines, testing, treatment. I am glad to see COVID-19 treatment actually become a thing right now, believe it or not. Essential services, flu shot, upper respiratory, women's health. Wow. Congestion, and what all other services does Minute Clinic offer? Vaccines, illness and infections, injuries and pain, bug bites, stings, sprains, strains, and joint pain, skin and hair and nails. Wow. Dermatology, sleep disorder. No way. Sleep disorder? There's no way they do anything with sleep apnea and all that in the Minute Clinic. No way. Men and women's health, urinary tract, bladder infection, yeast infections, tuberculosis. They probably do screenings. Yeah, it says screenings. Yeah. Okay. Chronic conditions, gout, high blood pressure, asthma, behavioral and wealth counseling, depression. No way. There is no way Minute Clinic does all this. There's no way. Wow. That's crazy. No way. Our providers. Wow. Alright, let me type in my zip code so I can see how many locations are near me. I don't think there's that many. I really don't. But let me see here. I'll type in my zip code. Bing bong, bing bong, bing. Let's see. Now louding. Let's see if I can figure this out. have to pull my zip code out of here. There we go. Let me zoom out a little bit. Wait, I think I gotta do this so people can see it. So there are 5-minute clinics close to me. Closest one is 13 miles away. That's actually not bad. That's really not bad at all. I'm kind of impressed for something I did not even know existed. Let's go ahead and let's see. I think that I didn't show that. Let's try it again. So 5 clinics close to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is up there in Greensboro. I wonder how much scheduling of a visit we could actually do at these minute clinics. I am impressed. I am legitimately impressed by this. Yeah. Let me see what type of services they offer. I want to do that with a screen like this rather than typing in a bunch of information in, because I'm almost certain. So the closest minute clinic to me offers COVID testing, COVID antibody testing, COVID vaccine for 12 and older, COVID vaccine for 5 to 11, COVID treatment. That is awesome. Patients under 12 or pregnant are not eligible for antiviral treatment. Pfizer initial doses, 18 months to 4 years. Wow. More COVID shots. All other services. Amazing. I am for this. I'm 100% for this. Diabetic retinopathy exam. Cool. Sleep assessment. Didn't know that was a thing. That's pretty cool. All of this is earwax removal. All this is done at a pharmacy. Wow. Amazed. I got completely off track with what I was going to do, because I got to talking about the dang minute clinic. But that's cool, man. I'm for it. I'm for the minute clinic. I wonder how many staff they have available. I would imagine they don't have enough staff. Or they probably don't pay staff very well. I wonder if we can look that up too while we're here. There we go. What do we say? How much staff is at a minute clinic? How much staff is at a minute clinic? Employee voucher program. No, all I want to do is no. Glassdoor will sometimes give you skewed information. I don't like Glassdoor very much, but let's click on them. Nah, that's what makes me sign in. I don't want to sign in. I'm not trying to do all that mess. No. So the average hourly rate, excuse me, for a minute clinic according to PayScale is $54.21 an hour. So that tells me one thing, that these minute clinics are full of practitioners and probably like one other staff member. So it might be an MD, might be a PA, an NP. It sounds like these are full of like one staff member and then one provider, and that's it. What is going on, Alex? What is good today? I'm just so excited to be back to my routine. I'm a routine person. I don't do well outside of my routine. What is good with you, Alex? What is good with you? Good times today. The weather is okay. It's not, 4 degrees that it was last week. It did rain like forever in a day. Good times. So, question. I've never got a straight answer. As a LVN, what is the difference between that and a LPN? I've always been told, like, oh, it's always up to whatever the state says. Oh, well, that makes a whole lot of difference. I know there's LVNs in Texas and California, and like that's it. And those are your 2 states. And no LVNs anywhere else. And then some people say, oh, there's no difference. They just call them LVNs in Texas and California for some reason, and then don't call them LVNs in everywhere else. Finished the VN program. Got the NCLEX scheduled for a job lined up at a kidney transplant clinic. Wow, kidney transplant clinic pending passing the NCLEX. That is awesome. So congratulations on passing the program. Now you got to do the NCLEX, the kidney transplant clinic. That's another one of those things that there's always jobs that I find out about nursing that I'm like, that does make sense that it's nursing, but like I never knew that it was a thing. I never knew that there was such a place as a kidney transplant clinic. I did dialysis for about 9 months, 10 months. And just always assumed that you went to like your surgeon and then you went to like PT or OT and then follow up with your surgeon. I never, thought about a kidney transplant clinic, but that's still awesome. Find out about these places every day, or new places every day. That is awesome. That is great. Do you have someone that you're using for your NCLEX? Like I did, who did I do? Kaplan. I did Kaplan for mine. Of course, that was 10 plus years ago. I don't even know who's doing it now. I'm sure that there's other people doing NCLEX based things. Probably apps. Also. It's at a transplant hospital and they are pre-post clinics where they just assess patients basically. Small med assistants and RNs. Wow, you'll be the first LVN they've ever had. That's awesome. Congratulations on that. Yeah, that's great news. When I was in dialysis, I was not the first LPN that they'd ever had. Using Saunders Online. I've never heard of them. Not saying that there's anything wrong with them. Because I did not. ATI, I did use ATI. Yeah. ATI is who I used. I think it was called Kaplan ATI back in the day. Look for lectures on YouTube. You got my mind curious now. Was it called Kaplan ATI? Kaplan ATI. NCLEX. If I can spell NCLEX. There it is. I thought they were the same. But Kaplan versus Hearst. ATI or Kaplan. I did Kaplan because that's how my book looked. Right there. Just like this. That one. Well, that's a T's book, but yes, I had to have used Kaplan. Yeah, I've never heard of Saunders, but that doesn't mean anything's wrong with Saunders. You know, I just don't know of them. I've also been out of the nursing school game for, 12 years now? 10 years, 12 years, something like that. You know, absolutely nothing wrong with Saunders. Just never, like I said, never heard of them. Maybe ATI site. You know what? I'm actually going to be a terrible person right now. I'm not a terrible person, and I am going to have to look up my videos because I know I made a video about it, and talked about it in my video. Yes, I used Kaplan, but I feel like ATI was part of it. Anyways, so I was in, I'm just rambling. I was in what's called a pilot program. I was in a Kaplan pilot program, and part of our school fees actually went to pay for the NCLEX prep at the end of the school year, and then went into that. As far as jobs go, back to when I was looking for jobs straight out of school, I started applying like before my final was done. Like 2 weeks before my final was done. Sounds like you sort of did the same thing. If you're waiting on your NCLEX. But that's awesome that you'll be the first LVN there. You just gotta, believe you're gonna pass that NCLEX, and then go on and do it. Now, if you'd have graduated about a year and a half to 2 years ago, 2020 was when it really hit, right? So 2 years ago, December 2020, somewhere around in there, if you'd have graduated right then in North Carolina, I know you're not in North Carolina. In North Carolina, you would have got a, what do they call it? They call it a graduate license or something like that. It was something like that. And the shortage was so big that they were not making nurses do the NCLEX before they started working. You could graduate and get it like a graduate license and then start working immediately after school. There was a girl that worked with me that was part of that group. I think she graduated, I want to say October, no, maybe September, August, September of 2020. She was part of that group that did that, and she was good at it. She was good at her job, but she came in as a RMA and then went into nursing, things like that. Good times. So kind of hard to get a GVN position so far. Everywhere I've applied wants to wait till you're licensed. Okay, yeah, that's probably ended. That probably ended right at the beginning of 2022. So right at the beginning of last year, they sort of really quit that graduate nurse licensure or whatever. They went back to the NCLEX thing, but they're about midway of 2020 till the end of 2022, so a year and a half there was those positions available. Let me see if I can find it. It may still be a thing, but I have heard much less about it since 2022. So for about a whole year I've heard much less about it. Let's see here if I can figure out what I'm stinking Googling. Well, if I can open up the correct browser. All right. North Carolina. Right. Nurse license. What was it? A nurse permit? Was it a nurse permit? That says October 2022. Alright, so let's do this. I think it was this temporary license. I'm on the North Carolina Board of Nursing website, which I just sent a bunch of money to get my license renewed. Completely forgot to turn in my paperwork on getting that paid for by my company. I need to do that. You may be eligible for a non-renewable temporary license which permits employment as a licensed nurse in North Carolina while the application is in process. Temporary license can only be issued within the first 6 months of submitting an endorsement application, valid for up to 6 months or until the permanent license has been issued, whichever comes first. Prior to the issuance of temporary license, criminal background check, hard copy forms, fees received, board nursing. If you are temporary license only issued once per lifetime, cannot be renewed or extended for any reason. So that was what it was. It was that temporary license that they were letting residents in North Carolina have once they graduated. I didn't know all the things about it, and that's probably still not as relaxed as it was back in the height of COVID. That temporary license was not even a thing when I graduated school. Like, you could not even apply for that. You had to have full on Um, you had to have full on NCLEX credential licensure. Things like that. But things like that. Shoot, it's already 2:23. Time is running up on us. I'm gonna have to duck out pretty soon. Gotta go pick the girls up from school. So this coming up Saturday, I do not work this weekend. I would love to do a Saturday night live stream. So hoping to get that. Heard it's kind of a risk for the facility. So we were so desperate back in. So from May of 2020. So March 13th, 2020 was when COVID really hit. So from May of 2020 till we hired her in September, I believe. So from May of 2020 till September of 2020, or August of 2020, we were so short-staffed that my facility did not care. We were taking anything and everything because the money was so good elsewhere. Because New York was paying like $10,000 a week. The hospitals were giving like huge bonuses, double, triple time per hour. We could not find nurses. We started bringing on those graduate nursing license peoples, the temporary license peoples. And I'll be honest with you, it was a blessing to see the nurses coming on. None of them stayed. None of the graduate nurses stayed full time. Once they got their NCLEX passed, they sort of went with the money, which is to be expected. I mean, why would you not? But it was a blessing to have them at the time. I mean, it truly was. It truly was a blessing to have them at the time. What time on Saturday? I do not have a set time. It'll be when the girls go to sleep. So 9 p.m. Eastern time to 10 p.m. Eastern time, somewhere around there. What I might try to do is try to put like a reminder or a post up and see if that'll spark any interest in it. But I would like to do a Saturday night live stream again because I finally have like a Saturday evening off for this week, but this week only. Things like that. So hopefully but back to my graduate nursing license, I can go ahead and tell you that my facility will not hire a new grad now, or we'll hire a new grad, but not a graduate nurse, not a graduate licensed nurse, temporary licensed nurse, nothing like that. You'd have to be a full-blown NCLEX now. I imagine that the nursing homes that are still having really hard times, the places that's done changed names like 4 or 5 times, I bet they are probably still hiring graduate nurses. Things like that. Yeah, but hopefully Saturday. Man, I'm all over the place. think ATI performance is a good gauge of NCLEX performance? I was told ATI, Kaplan, probably Saunders as well, or what they do is they take like old NCLEX questions and grade them in the way that they do on the NCLEX. Maybe I did a Saunders tease test. I don't remember. Anyways, I feel like I have heard of Saunders. Anyways, ATI is what I was told when I was in school coming up, that the questions that they use, the question bank or whatever it is that they call it, is the same questions, not if not the exact same, very closely related to the same questions from the NCLEX, and that they're graded the same way. Because the way the NCLEX is graded, or used to be graded, I think it's changed. Anyways, what year did the NCLEX change? What year did NCLEX change? Oh, what year will NCLEX change? April 1st, 2023. So it might be the same way that it was when I took it. What would happen is, basically how it was explained to me. So you have a line, right? So this is your line. This is passing, this is failing. Your very first question is on the line. If you get it right, you go up. If you get it wrong, you go down. If you get another one right, you go up further. If you get another one right, you go up further. And when you get another one right, you go up further. If you get another one wrong, you go down. By the end of your 75 or 85 to like 265 questions, if you're over or under that line, you pass or fail. And so ATI, Kaplan, probably Saunders, gave you questions like that. And if you got them all right, or enough of them right, you would pass. If you got enough of them wrong, you would fail. So it would, so if you could get enough right in 75 questions or 85 questions, whatever it was, I think it was 75. Once you're over this line to a certain point by 75 questions, you automatically passed. If you were here and you went down so low within 75 questions, you failed at 75 questions. If you're on the line or just above it or just below it, they're going to keep on making you take it until you finally show enough to pass it all the way, or you hit 275. Either way, you have to be above that line, and so above or below that line, and so it's going to keep on spitting out questions until you hit the certain point, or until you hit the certain point too low, or you hit the cutoff, which I think it was like 275 or something like that. But ATI and Kaplan and, like I said, probably Saunders works that way. They're based on that model, at least until it changes. But it says it's not changing until 2023, April 1st, 2023. So should be should be the same as it was when I took it 10, 12 years ago, whatever it was now. Shoot, has it been that long ago? Oh, you're terrified. And when that thing cuts off, so mine cut off at the minimum. So mine cut off at 75 or 85. I forget what it is. If it's 75 or if it's 85. I forget the number. But like I had to get up and go pee like around 50ish, because I knew I was going to be there for another 200 questions, and because I did not feel like I did very well at all. I got up, and you gotta like raise your hand, and like this ATI testing person, or ATI, no, what's the other, Pearson VUE. This like Pearson VUE representative comes and like sits in your seat and like doesn't touch nothing. Went to the bathroom, came back, And then when I came back, finished the rest of my test, and that joker cut off at 75 or 85, whatever it was. I was like, shoot, I didn't know any of that mess. I just failed the crap out of that. And you pay like, at the time, it was like $300 to take it. So, you pay $300 to take it, and you're like, shoot, that's terrible. Am I sure I am not going shopping Saturday evening? No, unfortunately, I am not sure. I am not going shopping Saturday evening. Fingers crossed. The basketball games that we have going on keeps me from shopping. Guess them right. Yes, there's a lot of select all that apply also. And you have to get all of these select all that apply parts to the question right to get the question right. So if like the answers are A, B, and D, and you click A and D, well, you got it, 2/3 right. Well, it counts it all wrong because you didn't get all three parts of that question right. So yes, I guessed right, and like I said, I did have a lot of multiple answers on that test. Select all that apply, things like that. I did not have might be called short answer, where you write the answer in. I don't think I had but like one of those. I don't think I had to type but like one time. But man, that was so long ago. I blocked most of it out because I hated it so bad. It was also on my anniversary. It was on my anniversary, so I blocked all that out, and then I met my wife at Zachaby's for our anniversary dinner. We were broke. We were broke. In any case, I have to go get my children's. I will hopefully, fingers crossed, hopefully be back Saturday evening for a live stream like it used to be over the summer, and then hopefully will be again over the summer, because I think I like Saturday live streams better. Nothing against Thursdays, but I like the Saturday live streams better. So hopefully be back then. Talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for joining me. Talk to you guys hopefully, fingers crossed, hopefully on Saturday. So talk to you later. Bye.